In the past 5 years, I have been approved for over 13 credit cards. And in that time, I have racked up over $95,000 in credit between all of those cards. This didn't happen overnight, but it wasn't a hard process. So today, I want to walk you through all of the steps that I've taken to increase my total available credit on all of my credit cards, and what the benefits have been for me, as well as a few reasons why you might not want a credit limit increase. So stick around for that. These are really easy steps that anyone can take, so let's dive in. So what is credit? Well, credit in the terms of finances is defined as the ability for a customer to obtain goods and services before payment, based on the trust that payment will be made in the future. This is the basic premise behind credit cards. You purchase an item, and the issuing bank for the credit card will pay the vendor for that item being purchased at the time of the transaction, with the agreement and trust that the purchaser, you, will pay that off in the future. And that trust is a really big factor in determining how much money a bank will let you spend on your credit cards. The amount of money that a bank will give you is called your line of credit or credit limit. When the bank pulls your credit history, they will use that information to make a decision on how comfortable they are lending you money. They will also consider how likely you are to pay off your cards in full and on time. Now, on your credit report, those two factors are your payment history as well as your credit card utilization. If a bank deems you a trustworthy spender, then you'll probably get a pretty high spending limit. But sometimes a lower credit limit is given, and there are a number of factors on why this could be. Let me know down below, would you like to see a video in the future where I talk about your credit score? Now let's look more at your credit limit. With every bank, you are free to ask for a credit limit increase at really any point. You could, if you really wanted to, ask for a credit limit increase right after being approved for a credit card. But your odds of receiving that limit increase are slim to none. So why might you want a higher credit limit? Well, the obvious answer is to be able to spend a little bit more money. If you are stuck with a $500 or $1,000 credit limit, it can be quite difficult to purchase things throughout a month. It will often involve paying off your card multiple times a month to lower the balance on your card. The second credit card that I ever had was the Discover It card. I was only given a $500 credit limit, which was not ideal. I found myself paying off the card just about every time a charge posted. It was the only thing I could do to keep my card from maxing out. The other reason you might want a higher credit limit is to help your credit utilization. Your credit utilization is your credit card's current balance divided by your total credit limit on the card, then multiplied by 100. Essentially, how much of your credit limit have you used on your credit card? For example, if I have a $3,000 credit limit and I have a current balance of $1,000, my credit card utilization is around 33%. Or, to phrase it differently, I have used 33% of my available credit. Now, with regards to your credit score, it's generally recommended to keep your total utilization at or around 10%. But that's obviously not ideal if you only have a $500 or $1,000 limit, as that only gives you $50 or $100 to spend before you go over that 10% utilization. Credit utilization carries a weight of 20 to 30% on your credit score, so it's an important factor to consider. This often hurt my credit score when I was using the Discover It card, as I usually was pushing over 10% of my credit card utilization. So what is the process to actually get your credit limit increased? Well, the first step is wait. I know, that is no one's favorite answer, but one of the main factors for a credit card issuer in determining if you're eligible for an increase is seeing how you use the credit card and if you're practicing good credit card habits, like paying off your card in full and not missing any payments. The credit card issuer is looking for more than just 1 or 2 months of paying off your credit card balance, which is why asking for an increase right after applying for a credit card doesn't usually work. They want to see a pattern of these good habits. Usually this means around 6 to 7 months minimum. It could be shorter and it could be longer. Your mileage may vary. During this period of time, it's important to keep your personal information up to date, specifically your income. If you get a raise at work, it's important to update that information so the credit card issuer can take that into consideration when evaluating your request for an increase. On the other hand, it's important to be truthful. If you take a new job that perhaps pays less, it's important to update that change of income. While it may not seem like the best move, you are showing the credit card issuer that even with less income, you're still a responsible credit card owner. Now, after a period of time of good credit card habits, like paying your balance in full and paying on time, it's possible that a credit increase might just happen on its own. If you're showing these good habits, a credit card issuer might reward you with a higher limit just because. This happened to me on my Citi Double Cash card. I had a $7,000 limit when I applied for the card, which was more than enough for my current spending. But after about a year of having the card, I received an email telling me that my credit limit had been increased to $11,000. But if you're 6 or 7 months in and haven't received an automatic increase, that's okay, it's completely normal. You can go ahead and ask the credit card issuer for an increase. Capital One, Chase, American Express, and Citibank all have buttons inside of your credit card account to request an increase. Depending on your card issuer, you might be asked to verify your annual income and possibly your monthly expenses, including rent payments or mortgage payments. From there, you'll either get an instant approval or be denied the increase. If you're approved, awesome! Your credit card increase usually happens instantly or within a few days. If you are denied, you can try calling your credit card issuer to see if they can give you an explanation on why they denied your increase. You can try to defend your request and see if the representative will overturn the decision. But if not, that's okay, because that brings us to a reason on why you might not want to ask for a credit limit increase. If you're looking for more credit, you can either do what we've been talking about and ask for an increase, or just apply for a new credit card. There are a lot of advantages to just applying for a new credit card over asking for a credit limit increase. The first being sign-up bonuses. These sign-up bonuses can be extremely lucrative and offer thousands of points that we can use towards travel or even cash back. And because you've had 6 or 7 months of great credit card habits, that's going to look great on your credit report, improving your odds of being approved for a new credit card. The second reason you might want to apply for a new credit card instead of asking for an increase is because of your credit score. Credit card utilization has 2 parts. The first part is the individual utilization and limits on each card, while the second part is the combination of all of your available credit that you have. This is calculated in the same way as individual credit card utilization, total lines of credit divided by your total balances on all of your cards, then multiplied by 100. Both numbers are important when factoring your credit score. Using the methods we talked about earlier, you can increase your limits on each individual card. But to increase your total available credit, you'll need to open more credit cards and add more lines of credit to your credit report. And later on down the road, you'll have the option to ask for increases on those credit cards as well. I'd love to hear from you. What's the highest line of credit that you have on a credit card? And what's the largest purchase that you've put onto a credit card? Comment down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. I'll see you next time.